Hey, happy Monday. I'm back from the holidays. It's Shy F21. What did I come up with that name for? I don't know. I was just over makeup struggles. It's a new person. I just came back from the holidays. Yeah, I grabbed a coffee. I don't have anything to fiddle with, so I hope my coffee sipping sounds don't bother anybody. I'm one of those weird people that drinks coffee from the corner store. I just can't bring myself to spend any money on coffee like at Starbucks unless it's like the honey oat milk latte, but now I figured out how to make it myself. Anyway, back to the topic. I wanted to talk about the holidays. I just came home. I did 3 days because more than 3 days at my family's house, like, they're fine, they're lovely, but my sanity matters and I need to be in my own space, sleeping in my own bed with my own routine. And my grandmother is a precious young queen who likes to wake up at 5 a.m. every day, even when she has nothing to do. Like even if she doesn't even have to go to work, because she does work early. She likes to wake up early, no pots and pans flying. I was like, and I'm sleeping in the living room, so the phone's ringing off the hook. You already know how it is with my grandma on that phone ringing off the hook, because she has a house phone and she has 5 different phones in a freaking 400 square foot apartment. Too much going on. So it was nice to see my family. I wanted to talk about the holidays because I never really talk about the holidays, because I'm finally I don't know, I feel like I'm coming full circle with the holidays and my family. Number one, we had some new family members. We have a baby cousin. My uncle's side of the family, he just had a new baby at almost 50 years old. He knows he's a hot mess, but the baby's so precious and I love him. And we tease him about it. I'm like, really? You waited till you're almost 50 to have another kid? But he was saying it was clearly an accident, but we're happy to have the baby. And then all of his kids have 2 children each, so he also has 4 grandchildren. So we have a lot of new family. I've already met the mother of his son. They stayed with me, so she was there. So it was really nice to be around all the new family, and then some family I haven't seen in a long time, like my cousin who came by, and then my great cousin that came by. My brother wasn't there, unfortunately, because he was in New Mexico with his girlfriend, but I think he had a good time from what I understand. But yeah, it was good to be with my family. I don't know. I'm learning to finally be comfortable being myself around my family. Does that make sense? Like, when I left for college, I dreaded the holidays. I dreaded the holidays. Number one, because you go from being in college and there's a different kind of independence, and then you go home and they still see you as a kid. You're still 19, 18, 20. They still think you're a kid and they're not used to the independent you. So that was kind of annoying. And then not being able to get up and go. And then just kind of a little bit of distance between yourself and the hometown. But also I feel like I was very judgmental with my family. I'm from St. Louis, and unless you grew up on the nice side of St. Louis, you know the St. Louis I'm talking about. And it is chitty chitty bang bang type St. Louis. And it is a hot mess of a city right now. It's just so dangerous, and it's been dangerous for years, even when I was a little girl, and it's not getting any better. I wasn't really proud of where I came from, at all. I was not proud of, I would say I was from St. Louis to seem tough. I'm from St. Louis, but I wasn't really proud of where I came from. So when I got out of St. Louis and I went to college, and then I moved to New York City and I was studying abroad and all this stuff, I wanted nothing to do with that city. And that included my family. Love them to death. But it was just something about, it was just I don't think a lot of people get me. I was the first generation to go to college, and I just, was kind of sitting on this high horse of I really made something of my life. People who live here who haven't. And that's just not right, and that's not fair. But I was young and dumb and arrogant, obviously. So I've grown up, and now that I go home and I spend time with my grandmother, I'm officially in grown folks business, because I'm 29 and they can't kid table me now. So I be all in their business. They be trying to get in mine, but I don't have no business to, be up in, really. I go to work and, go to social media and cook and work out. So I don't really have too much business. But I be in everybody's business, and I get all the tea about what's going on in my family. My family's not too much drama, but it's just enough. So now I feel like I can finally loosen up a bit and be my true self. My family will never let me talk about, we don't talk about sex. And, you know what I mean? We're not that kind of family. Even though everybody was a teen mom, but that's neither here or there. We're not that kind of family, but I just feel like I'm more in tune with what's going on. I'm more up to date. I'm kind of kept in the loop. So-and-so had a baby, blah, 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 needs this, so-and-so, I'm a little bit more aware. And that was not the case. I wouldn't even say 4 years ago. So now it makes the holidays a lot more interesting and fun for me, just because I can go home, feel comfortable, let my hair down, bother my grandma, get on her nerves to no end. And I'll continue to do that because that is just in my DNA, and my brother wasn't there to help, so I had to turn it up a bit for him. But yeah, I'm just learning to be myself around my family. I don't know if anyone else experiences that. Like when you move out of state young, it's not like I have a family out here. It's really just me and my friends. You kind of find like a disconnect with the people who raised you, and like they don't really get why you think a certain way, and like, you know, it's just different. It's just different. But yeah, it was a good holiday. I cooked. This is my 3rd year cooking. So the first 2 years ago, I cooked Thanksgiving full through because my grandmother was like, I'm not cooking. Okay, woman. She was really like not about to cook. So like the day before Thanksgiving, I like walked to the grocery store right by our house and like bought food to cook. Like I made all the food. And both my grandparents are chefs, so they kind of taught me how to cook. But I was like, let me follow some recipes just to be sure, because these groceries are not cheap. And I don't really know what I'm doing. So I cooked those 2 years pretty good. And this year I cooked the mac and cheese because I feel like I do a good mac and cheese. My grandpa taught me how to do that. And here's my mother calling me now. Oh, sideline. The mother of my cousin got COVID. So I was woken up out of my sleep. That's why I look a mess. And it's 12 and I haven't pulled myself together. Well, it's Sunday. I would probably never put myself together. Woken up out of my sleep to be told that she had COVID. And I was like, crap. I mean, I'm vaccinated, but I was like, I don't have time for this. I've already had COVID. Y'all, it took me out the game for a solid 14 days. Like, it was horrible. So I went to the urgent care that's literally at my corner, and I was fine. I tested negative. I did a rapid test. And I'll probably test again next week or the end of the week just to make sure. And I also have to get tested every time I go into the office to just triple check. So I'll be fine. But thank goodness. And now my mother's getting tested. She's probably calling me, telling me the results, but I will call her back because I don't feel like editing these videos. But yes, that was a hot mess. I was like, God, of course. But yes, I cooked mac and cheese, and I cooked chicken. I did like a baked chicken. I seared the skin. And then what else did I cook? And I cooked the fried cabbage. And it seemed to be a hit with everybody. My brother made me chitlins. So that really made me feel like an adult. She decided to cook because her grandchild was coming in. Her son was coming in. So she was very excited and she cooked. And the food was so good, y'all. I still need to work on my mac and cheese. I think I could have done a little bit more cheese. But overall, people gave me compliments on it. But I know I could do better. And I also have this issue. Like, I don't know if anyone else's Black grandparent has this problem. For some reason, she puts seasonings in bags and not keep them in their original packaging. So unless you've ever tasted like onion powder and garlic powder, just stupid camera cut out again. Anyway, that was my mother. She called. She let me know she was negative. I don't know why we can't do these like mini updates via text, but you know, thank God. Hopefully my grandmother's negative. I feel like her nerves are too bad. When I got COVID, we couldn't even tell her because, you know, I guess I was going to send her into the home. She's 60. She's 64. She's not geriatric. She's probably, when people look at her, they think she's like in her mid 40s. Everything's going to be fine. I've been praying. They'll be fine. Anyway. Yeah. So she has all her seasonings. My grandmother has all her seasonings in little baggies. So I'm sitting here smelling, sniffing, praying, hoping it's the right seasonings. I was like, girl, you really set me up for failure. But she, of course, she sniffs it because she's a chef. She's like, oh, yes, it's this, that, and that powder. But, like, think about it. If someone, like, came in your house and took all the labels off your seasonings, with some certain seasonings, would you be able to tell them apart? Like, because garlic powder, onion powder, you know, it's not real garlic and onion. It's like, you know, I don't know. But anyway, I was happy to cook. I had a good time. Now we're worried about everyone having COVID. So we're doing great, obviously. Hopefully the baby doesn't have it because he is just not, he had a tough early life with like being sick and stuff, and nobody wants a baby to have COVID because as adults we can handle it, but a baby, like, no. But yeah, that was my holidays. I'm in a good mood. I'm in my house peacefully. I will go home for Christmas. I want to do like a Christmas friends thing here, like minus the gifts. Like, I'm at a place now, like, no, nobody's getting no gifts. Like, I don't want any gifts. And that's for friends and family. Like, I just am not in the mood to buy gifts. Like, I'm in the mood to celebrate, but I don't feel like buying gifts. It's a panoramic, like, we don't have, y'all, like, I don't really like getting gifts from people who are going to ask me for money in the future, if that makes sense. It's like, just keep the money. Just keep your money to yourself. If you can't afford to give gifts, don't give them. I could give gifts and it won't be anything to me, but it's annoying because it's like I could have just saved the money that I was going to give you the gift to give you the money when you needed the money versus giving you a gift. Do you understand? And then I'm also like, everyone just wants cash. And I'm like, I'll give you $20. Don't tell me you want cash. I'm not like my grandparents. I don't give out hundreds of dollars every year. Unless you've graduated high school or college, I'm not giving wads of cash out. So I'm like, you don't want anything that's like small or a little knickknack. She wants a rocking chair. She says to the dog, my brother's dog ruined her rocking chair. It looks like it's still working to me, but you know, what grandma wants, she gets. She never asks for anything, so it's not a problem. But I want to do something with my friends. I want to cook like a little mini Christmas dinner. To be honest, like, I don't know about y'all, but my Christmas dinner isn't super far off from my Thanksgiving dinner, except for the ham, but I'm not eating that. I don't eat ham and I don't eat turkey. I just can't. It's just not good. I don't care what you do to it. I don't want it. But I want to make that. All my friends are like, most of my friends are white. Yes. I have black friends too, but majority of my friends that would actually show up are white. So it'll be, I don't know if there's like a white, like I know there's like soul food holiday cooking. I don't know what they are used to eating, but if I cook it, I'm sure they'll eat it. They usually say my food is good. But yeah, those are my plans for the holidays. I have my Christmas tree up, my little mini Christmas tree, if you want to see that on my TikTok. Thank you so much for still bearing with me as I ramble, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.